Your face doesn't look so good. Let me see. It's kind of purple.
Yeah, I feel kind of purple.
This is a story of how a fun day on the mountains led to permanent damage in my fingers.
This is when you know you're doing things right or way wrong. Either way. Oh, I've never been so cold and so happy all at the same time.
Let me see your hands. The backs.
Wow.
All in jeans. Oh my gosh.
How you feeling about that snow?
Not warm. Not warm. The snow is getting like higher and higher, stacked on like benches and street signs. It's just getting like growing and growing, as are my nerves. We have a bucket list full of adventures, and we are on a mission to pursue those. One bucket list adventure that I've had on my list for a very long time now is to be in the snow-covered mountains. Now this one's a little bit tricky, so let me explain. I have seen snow, I have seen mountains, I've played in the snow, I've scrounged enough snow together to build a baby snowman at some point in my life, but never have I ever been in snow-covered mountains where there's enough snow to do winter sports like skiing and things like that until today. We just got here and I am already so amazed. I've never seen anything quite like this. The first word I would use to describe what it feels like to be in snow-covered mountains is bright.
You ready to get your feet frozen?
Wet? I think I'm ready. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time now, and I think without further ado, frolicking in the snow. Oh, that's pretty fun. Wow.
We're in Grindelwald, Switzerland, and coming from Mexico, coming from the beaches of Vallarta, in the warm summers of Dallas, Texas, in the Central Texas region, we have never seen anything quite like this. Like Hillary said, we have seen snow before. We get these nasty ice storms. But, oh my gosh. I think considering that this is an official bucket list item that we have now crossed off, we need to do an epic high five in the snow.
Okay. Okay, not hard, not hard.
Wow, my hands are freezing.
And that was the very first warning sign that my hands were not going to handle the cold very well at all. It's so white, snowy, and cloudy that it's hard to tell, but that is a massive mountain. I'm guessing that is the Jungfrau, which goes up to 4,000 meters, and I believe right now we're at about 1,000 meters above sea level. That is... We're gonna have to go up there next time because the tickets to go up there are $200 a person. So next time we're in Switzerland. Now the interesting thing is that the weather app says it's 21 degrees outside Fahrenheit, which is very cold for us. But whenever we were in Lauterbrunnen, we saw 5 different waterfalls and it was 35 degrees outside and it felt so much colder than it feels now. I don't know if it's more dry today, but I feel great.
I think I'm just so excited that like
Adrenaline's
I feel
going.
like I'm just like a little kid. Things escalated quite quickly. We're going sledging. We don't really know what that means, but we have our tickets all day. We've never sledded before.
That's something else.
Something else. I don't even know what to say other than like my adrenaline. I'm a tad nervous. Some of them, because it's snowing so much in the mountains, you have to walk between your sled runs. I don't know, but it's gonna be an adventure. I'm not really an adrenaline junkie type of person. Really, I just want to ride the gondola to the top. And honestly, I'd be fine up there with like a nice hot chocolate or hot coffee while Greg sledges his way down and then meets me again, because I'm most excited about the gondola rides.
Oh no, that looks like it goes very fast.
Oh gosh. It kind of makes my stomach hurt. I'm most excited about the gondola rides. It's like, it's not bumpy, it's very smooth and quiet and peaceful and all is well until you look down.
You know, the ride up is a lot slower than the ride down we're gonna have.
Oh boy. Well, a helmet's only 9 francs, so we're going with the helmet.
Mais ça se
Don't wanna do it anymore.
Why?
des plats intermédiaires.
I think once we get going, like there's no turning back.
Nope.
Je trouve ça pas si mal parce que c'est surtout
This was a bad idea.
Oh my god!
This was a bad idea.
You went from never being on a snowy mountain to Grindelwald, which was a very snowy mountain, to just a complete whiteout. You can't see anything here except for white and skiers. I can't tell if it's going up. I can't tell if it's going down.
This is a lot. I'm really overwhelmed. Now that we're up here, as we're finding out, it might not be the best sledging conditions, and here's why. Because it's still snowing. Greg just took a step in about 2 feet of snow.
I just stepped in so much snow. Oh my gosh, that was... Wow, okay. That was a step down. That was a step down.
You can't see anything up here. I believe there's like a really famous cliff mountain somewhere around here. I mean, it is just like complete whiteout, and the snow is very thick and very powdery. It's cold. It's cold up here, but it's really not. I don't. Again, it's not
It's not too
that bad. This is.
It's just bright.
Oh my gosh. We've got our snowshoes, we've got our, well, they're not snowshoes, we've got our winter shoes, waterproof shoes. Thank God, my toes are loving it. They're 4 sizes too small, but my toes feel great. We've got our sleds. The guy strongly recommended that we did not do it today,
So here we are.
but we're only here today. This is our only chance.
Bucket list, baby.
Bucket list, baby. Here's to no tears. How you feeling about this?
Terrified. I know, sledding was so fun.
I feel like we just paid $70 to walk a sled.
My right toe feels great.
Ah. This looks like one we can do, right?
Yeah.
All right, you go first.
Okay.
Looks like it's gonna go down and a little to the left. I don't know. That I don't know. Woo! 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 Oh! Oh my gosh.
This is terrifying. I don't know. I don't feel like, here's the thing. I'm sort of a wimp when it comes to like safety.
It's really hard to see.
Something about this feels like here's a giant cliff I almost went off. Okay, it's not giant, it's not
It is
giant.
a cliff. It is a cliff, and you can't see.
There's too many signs, right?
Well, we just don't know which ones to look for.
Yeah. Let's do it again.
Nice. Woo! Yeah. Oh.
Oh my gosh!
How was it?
Oh my gosh! That was terrifying. That was awesome. Wow. Oh my gosh. I feel like, ooh, it doesn't look that big, but that felt like a monster hill, did it not?
Oh! Woo! I can't see anything. Wow. I can't see anything as we're going.
I can't see anything.
My feet, I'm kind of having to use my feet as brakes, but then the snow comes up. Are you doing that or no?
Yeah.
Maybe is that the mistake I'm making? I don't know how
doing
to.
That too.
I can't see where the cliffs are, where to go.
There's like danger signs.
Okay.
Just show them this way. Look this way.
Well, you can't see anything. It's just white. Woo! Ah. The best part about this is that there's hardly anybody out here. Actually, that's a little scary and terrifying because we have like zero snow mountain experience, but just the serenity of it. There's been like 2 other sledders. There's not even many skiers. It's just so cool that we get this experience. And man, for a first mountain snow experience,
this is a day of my sledging dreams. This, I will never forget this moment. This takes my bucket list adventure dream of being on a snow-covered mountain to heightened extremes.
let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh, not to the pole. Yeah. Woo.
It ain't over yet. My sledding days are just getting going.
I thought we were done because we made it to one of the ski things, but we've got further to go. I feel like the second half of the course so far has gone better than the first half. Let's see how, hopefully that continues. Bye-bye.
It all started off as an innocent, fun adventure.
Oh! This spot right here is so picturesque. Just the trees lining either side. The snow is coming down at like just a perfect rate. This is bliss. This is, I don't know. I hate to like rank the things we've done on this trip so far because I feel like that, I don't know, that's a bad way of looking at it, but this has to be at the top, right?
I mean, this is what bucket lists are made of. We gotta make one more run.
Whew. Woo. Ah. Woo. I can barely see. Oh, yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry, babe. Sorry. Oh, Oh, that's not good. Sorry. That could have been worse.
It's frozen.
Frozen?
Yeah. Sorry.
First time versus second time?
Second time, I feel like I'm way more of a daredevil. Do you feel like that?
Yes.
I think my chin is like gone.
Frozen.
I feel like I've lost movement in my chin. Second time, I feel like we're barely walking the thing because I'm like, oh, an uphill's coming. This is like toboggan run, Olympic style, so you can make it through the uphill for the next downhill. I didn't think I liked adrenaline type stuff. Oh, this is awesome.
Unfortunately, our sledding adventure turned from awesome to freezing very quickly.
Golly, you can't see anything. Oh, my hands are so cold. Holy crap. My fingers are frozen. Are your hands frozen? Your hands okay?
No. No, I don't want those. I don't want those.
You sure?
I promise.
Yeah, my hands are numb. The problem is I'm holding on to a frozen rope. My ring fingers are really cold, love.
Middle run was the funnest.
Yeah, now I'm just super cold.
Not one, not two, but 3 sledge runs. The second and third were so fast, I don't even know if Greg was able to capture any of it because I was sledging full speed ahead. I'm not sure that we'll ever see snow quite like this again. This is pure magic. But in an effort to save our fingers and toes to continue filming bucket list adventures, we need to go down the mountain quickly. Well,
I felt better before.
your face doesn't look so good. I see. It's kind of purple.
Yeah, I feel kind of purple.
My pants? Frozen. My body, my hands, frozen. It's been a few weeks since this adventure, and I still don't have feeling in the tips of 3 of my fingers. So how did this happen? Essentially, the cheap gloves I was wearing froze on the outside. Then the warmth from my hands melted the frozen gloves, and then they refroze with my fingers inside. Whenever we set out to pursue the adventures on our bucket list, we knew it would lead to some incredible and unexpected adventures. But we could have never expected this.
How was your first snowy mountain experience?
That was epic and maybe the best day of my life. I've told Greg that so many times off camera, but that's truly maybe the best day of my life.
It's so cold. I'd finally warmed up on the train and now I'm just shivering again, but it is beautiful. Today was truly a bucket list experience day in each and every way. I told Hillary that I think today was just a once in a lifetime kind of day, a once in a lifetime kind of experience, not only because of where we were at, what we saw, and what we did, the sledging down the mountain, but because I think we could go back to Grinderwald and to that ski area and do that 100 times and it would never ever look like that again. The amount of snow that had fallen in the last 2 days, the cloud cover, just the complete, like, what to me I would think are whiteout conditions. You could barely see 2 feet in front of your face. I don't know that we will ever see anything like that again in our lifetimes. So for me, for us, that was truly a once in a lifetime experience, and I think for that only to be the second or third full bucket list item that we've crossed off our list, I think we've just set the bar really high for future bucket list items.
May the adventures continue, only next time with proper gloves.
It's like,
You're not supposed to.
you know what?
I don't know.
I don't know snow etiquette. It's like so powdery. The original snow cone came from Switzerland. Oh, that's delicious.
Why didn't we stay in a Swiss chocolate chalet?
Swiss chocolate chalet. That's the three best words combined into one I've ever heard.
Gosh, it's awesome.